Oh. All right. Getting my jacket on. This room I'm in is not completely heated. When it gets cold, it's cold, but all my windows are shut. So it's important to try to stay warm. And staying warm. How about we stay warm with our first SEC road win, our first actual true road win period of the season. Kentucky Wildcat Country. We won tonight on the road. Vandy, their overall record and all that, they're not the greatest team. But here's what I want you to pay attention to, okay? It's a simple fact that we've had opportunities to win the road so far, and we weren't able to get it done. So I was glad to see that we had this opportunity, and we were up in the game, and we got it done. I don't care who the opponent was, what the final score was. It was good to see the Cats win on the road. And I don't know about you guys, but it's just really good to see that. Because, yes, we won some neutral site games, but we were 0 for 2, I think, or even worse than that, coming into that basketball game there on the road. So that was going to be important. And plus the SEC overall, we didn't want to drop 2 games in a row there in the SEC. So we wanted to keep pace because, well, not necessarily 2 games in a row. You had the LSU, then you got the Georgia win, and then you have the big win against, not big, but first road win against Vandy. Next up is Tennessee. So final score tonight, 78-66. I think the line on the game, let me put on my cowboy hat because it is Kentucky country, so let's put on a cowboy hat. Look at that. Okay. All right. So the line in the game, I think, was like 7 or 8 points, depending on what website you're using. 6.5, 7, 8, depending on what website. Earlier this morning, I don't know what it ended up getting played up to, 8, 8.5. But I do know that I did become victorious on my bet because I took Kentucky at a flat 7. They were plus 7. I feel like we were going to double that, and which we were. We did really have Vandy on the big ropes when we were up by 28, 29 points. But we allowed Vandy to come back late, under 5 minutes, and started really cutting into it. And this is where somebody like Wheeler would be more important than just what having Ty out there, because I think tonight showed you again that Wheeler's experience and his experience in the SEC would just bode really well with us tonight. So it was important that we get him back. And I don't know, someone was asking, did anybody know if Wheeler practiced and all this stuff? I don't know. Wheeler looked like he wasn't in pain or anything, in which, you take care of yourself, and they probably do hot and cold tubs and all this kind of stuff. And so I don't think that would be a necessarily issue that this guy's sitting over there hurt or anything. But he's sitting over there, he looks fine to me, ready to go. But, there's a difference from sitting on the bench and playing in a game. We know this. So let's get to the Trio Award. So I don't want to make this live too long. It's a little bit later. I had some stuff going on today. Had a big interview. Got that done. And then had some other stuff. Got schoolwork to do. Working on my master's degree over at University of Evansville. And still got some homework to do on that. But I went bowling tonight, Tuesday night. And the game was on, so I'm watching the game. And bowling at the same time. I got to keep track of some stats. Got to see some good highlights. And I'm going to start off with the Trio Award. Who I want to give it to. I mean, there's no brainer. Oscar should be on this. 30 points, 13 rebounds. I think they said that was the first time since Tayshaun Prince in 2001 or some year. Tayshaun Prince was there, that there was somebody with 30 points and at least 10 rebounds. At least 30 points and 10 rebounds in a game. So Oscar joins Elite Company, or Tayshaun Prince. He meant a lot to the University of Kentucky, and then went on to Detroit, where he got a championship with Detroit Pistons, which is great. And part of some more conference titles with them as well. So Tayshaun Prince is no slouch. He was a prince and became a king, after he got his championship. So that was good for him. Another guy that I thought, okay, you got to have Ty. Because I went down the stats, and none of the stats popped out. No one else really made a big surprising move. Ty had 4 assists, 15 points, 4 rebounds. I did notice that he had some couple turnovers, 4, 5, 6 turnovers, something like that. It's somewhere in that neighborhood. A little too much turnovers, but that's okay. I mean, it wasn't like crazy amount. So that'd be the only thing. But I think other than that, he played really well. Keon Brooks played well. He had 5 rebounds and 9 points. Keon Brooks made some big shots down this game, especially at first half. I saw him hit like a 3, pretty deep 3. He's like nothing but net. I'm liking his confidence. And I think Keon Brooks is someone we're going to have to lean on. I mean, his ability to be a leader on the court, off the court, and his ability to be someone that is an upperclassman, obviously. He's got his experience. So I'm glad that he stuck around. And I had a question tonight. I don't know if you guys, based on the Trio Award, what you thought of that. But also, here's a question for you guys. Keon Brooks, what does he do next year, right? What does he do? Does he stay around another year? Does he go? Because he's a junior. He can play another year. I don't think he's doing anything that's going to wow NBA scouts, but he could do what he's doing now, add a little bit to it, and have enough to play like in a G League situation or even overseas. But with the Neal deal and all that at the college level now, there is money there. And I'm pretty sure if he stuck around for his senior year, he'd get a couple more deals because there's a lot of people who like players who stay around for all 4 years. I don't know how he is on his degree track yet, if he's close to finishing or not. But that's a guy next year that I wonder how he fits in the roster with all his experience, and his talent's getting better now, and would he get even more better next year? So the question is, does Keon Brooks Jr. stick around after this game? That's the most thing that stuck out of my head. When I saw him shoot a couple shots and they went up in the net and stuff, and I said, does Keon Brooks Jr. come back? And my friend of mine, Gerard, he was like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, because if you go look at draft boards and stuff, you're not seeing his name just pop out of nowhere. But that doesn't mean Keon can't have a great March Madness tournament, go into some combines and do really great, and then boom. Next thing you know, he's finding himself, second round, early second, or something like that. I don't see that happening, but not going to put it past the guy. Not going to put it past the guy, because he's already showed numerous times he's more than just some type of role player with experience or whatever. He's capable of doing stuff, and I like his game. I still think his game is raw, though. I still think he's not defined exactly. Let's celebrate. There we go. I forgot to celebrate lights. I still don't think he's completely figured out exactly how good he is or how good he could be, right? Maybe he's not going to be all that much better than what he is right now, but there's still another level to Brooks that I think he didn't reach yet. There's all white. Look at that. And we'll go blue. Yeah, that's what we do. Maybe we do like that, or how about there it goes. Look at that. Like rain. So, anyways, I think that was something that I really wanted to talk about tonight, was the Keon Brooks situation coming into next year. Also, Wheeler. I know he's injured still. We talked about this just a few minutes ago, but Wheeler needs to come back sooner rather than later. We need him Saturday against Tennessee. And that game is at home. Thank God it's at home. We play Tennessee. That should be a good one. And now you got one, and you lost one, but then you got 2 more in a row. So you're 3-1 in the SEC, which is good. And you get Tennessee at home, and then you got to go to Texas A&M the next 2 games. So I like the Tennessee at home. I really do. I think we can beat number 22 Tennessee. The matchup prediction has the Cats got a 68.8% based on ESPN matchup predictor that Kentucky will win that game. Tennessee, looking on ESPN.com too, if you guys wanted to check into that. So let's see. Tennessee played recently. They played South Carolina. They lost at LSU. So did we. So no fault to them there. They beat South Carolina 66-46 at home. Let's see. Their road situation is in the SEC is kind of. I mean, like they didn't win against Alabama on the road, and they haven't won against LSU. But that's two of the toughest teams, like two of the other toughest teams, and now they got to go to Kentucky. So that's some road tough ones there. They got a Vandy road game after that they should demolish Vandy. So, this is a game Tennessee and Kentucky both really are going to want this game. But I think the Cats will hold on and get a victory here. I don't know if it's going to show the line of that game just yet. It probably won't. But if I had to guess, Kentucky would be favorite probably in the 3.5 to 5 range. That's my opinion. That's what I think, but I could be wrong on that. I don't work for Vegas, and I'm not 100% sure. So I do think that it's worth the fact that worth to look at going into that game of how important Wheeler is going to be back. He needs to be back for that Tennessee game. That Tennessee game is important because we want to win that game. We want to win at home, and we want to beat a ranked opponent. And that's another thing we need to kind of knock off our list. And, we finally got a true road win tonight. It may not have been against the best quality opponent, but we finally did it. And then the simple fact that now you've got a chance at home playing against a team who struggled on the road against LSU and against Alabama and Tennessee, and who is ranked right now. And hopefully I think they're not going to fall out of that ranking. So based on that, they'll stay in the ranking somewhere between 25 and 20, somewhere in there. You have a chance to be the top 25 ranked team. Important. It's important for seeding and important for the March Madness. So all in all, I was pleased with the game. I did not like how we were up by 20 plus points and we let it get chipped away all the way down to 12. But Vandy's been doing that lately too. So they have been coming back in some games pretty late, and they're finding a way to make their runs, and they get the job done. So, but tonight they didn't completely, can't say they get the job done, but they try to get the job done. They definitely didn't get it done tonight. They haven't got it done in the past. So hopefully this will continue in the favor of us winning on the road. Besides just tonight at Vandy, our next opportunity to play on the road, let's see here, Texas A&M. That'll be a game that we should win. I don't want to say it's a must win, but let me tell you, right after you get Texas A&M, okay. So this is why the Tennessee and Texas A&M game is so important. I think those two teams, especially Tennessee, they struggle on the road. You should beat them. Okay, that's a win you need. You got Texas A&M. But then you got to go at Auburn. You got Mississippi State at home, but then you got to go at Kansas. This next 5 games, Tennessee, Texas A&M, at Auburn versus at home against Mississippi State, and then at Kansas. In my opinion, we should beat Tennessee. We should beat Texas A&M. The Auburn game could be a toss-up. Obviously, they're ranked 4 in the country for a reason, right? And they're at Auburn. That's going to be tough. So you need those other 2 games beforehand. You need the Tennessee and the Texas A&M game. And in between the Auburn and Kansas, you got Mississippi State. You got to have that. You got to have that game. That's at home. You got to have it. The 2 games that are going to be tough, obviously, is number 9, Kansas on the road, and number 4, Auburn on the road. Those 2 games are going to be tough. If you can find a way to win 1 out of those 2 that I mentioned there, what if you win Tennessee, Texas A&M, Auburn, and Mississippi State, gosh, you'd hate to drop one to Rock, Chalk, Booty, whatever, Kansas Jayhawks or whatever. I'm not going to say nothing mean about them. Kind of did there. But it is what it is. I don't like them. I don't like their little chant that they do at their stadium. I don't like any of that crap. It spooks the crap out of me. I don't want to hear it. If I was a player, I'd play as quick as I could and blow them out as quick as I could. I'd get back on that bus. I don't want to hear that chant. That chant's stupid. You can't even stand them half the time. No one cares, right? So we got to get that win. We got to get the I'd love to win all of them, but and then right after that Kansas game, I mean, you got some. You're back at home against Vandy, who you just destroyed on the road before they cut the lead. So you should win that game. So I don't know, guys. The Auburn and Kansas game scare me. Tennessee obviously ain't going to be no slouch, but you are at home. I think we got to get that job done. So I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think on the next upcoming games. What do you think is going to be the hardest for Kentucky? Also, looking at tonight, what was your happiest moments? Like, was it just the execution of Oscar or something like that? Or what was your least happiest moments? And I'll be honest with you, the least happiest moments for me were seeing that lead dwindle above 20 something all the way down to 12. It's crazy, right? And we still need that go-to guy. Oscar was that go-to guy tonight with 30 points and 13 rebounds. But imagine if we had like Shaden Sharp. I know everybody's going to keep saying it. And there's a lot of people who are like, hey, this team's playing good. Shut up. We don't need Shaden Sharp. Wait a minute, guys. Hold on. Pump the brakes. We do. Because imagine if Shaden Sharp could come out there and score 25 and we add 25 to the score. Some people say, well, if you add 25 from Sharp, you got to take away 5 from here, 3 from here. No. Bah humbug. I'll add 25 all day, all I want. And that's what I'm going to do because that's the bottom line. Because you know who said so. John. Local John. Not Stone Cold. Remember Stone Cold from WWE or WWF? WWE is what they're called now. They used to be called WWF, but I like Stone Cold. I mean, I like the Attitude Era, so it was good. Getting sidetracked here talking about wrestling instead of the basketball game. There wasn't much to talk about, guys. The stats didn't pop off a lot, and Oscar played great. We managed to blow a big lead and still win the game by 12. That's crazy, right? But the next game's important. The next game is important. And the matchup predictor says we should win. So we'll see. We will see. The harder part of this early SEC schedule gets tougher in the next few games because you do have Tennessee and Auburn. And in the middle of all that, you get a Kansas non-conference Kansas game. Also, too, will we make up the Louisville game? Will we have, since we played Western, do we not play Louisville or what's going on here? I think we're supposed to still. I have not heard anything on that. Comment down below if you know anything, any information on that. And that's all I got, guys. We talked about the Trio Award. We talked about the SEC, Kentucky getting its first SEC road win, and I'm happy about that. So, guys, if you didn't come in live, which only a few of you did, I appreciate you, the ones that did, and thanks for hitting the like button, all that. Others, as you come in and watch the replay, please hit the share button. Share it out. Comment down below. You can go ahead and say you don't like my takes on the sports or whatever, or Kansas fans, if you hear me making fun of your chant that you do, then go ahead and comment on it. But all in all, it was a good game. Glad we won. Glad we got a road win. And that's all I have, guys. Remember, when we win, it's Kentucky Wildcat country. And when we lose, it's still Kentucky Wildcat country, baby. That's right. That's all I got, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Hit the little bell so you guys will be notified next time we upload or go live. I go live whenever. I just go live, guys. I don't try to plan this stuff out for weeks and weeks or anything like that. So, all right, guys. That's all I have. Hit the share button next time you come in and also hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Hey, happy BBN, guys. Later. Big Blue Nation! Go Cats!